Oh, I have to go back to like the last checkpoint.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can like wiggle my way out first.
Do you want me to stay here and wiggle?
Huh?
Do you want me to stay here and wiggle, 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 wiggle? But yeah, there are some parts of Warhammer where they do subtlety very well. Like they will explain something just enough to make it interesting, but not enough to be like, okay, this went from interesting to dumb.
Got you, yeah. Doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah. But then there are other things that are just like the base are the Dark Angels. They are their Primarch Lionel Johnson.
Okay.
Is a knight, and the lion is what they call him. Lionel Johnson. And then they make jokes on that later on where it's like, oh, this thing is called the Land Raider. It's a tank. You're like, well, why do you call it the Land Raider? Oh, this guy named Arkin Land discovered it, and every time he runs into it, he goes, the fucking Land Raider. You all should you can't come up with an interesting name, so you have to use mine. And so he makes fun of everything and like goes like, Land Raider, and like hates it. But then it's like I'm trying to think of like something else that's really good. Yeah, the Dark Angels are just knights. Then you have like the Grey Knights, which are also knights. There's a point in it where a faction called the Sisters of Battle, which they're the equivalent of female Space Marines, but no, they're not Space Marines. They're just normal women who are really good at fighting and killing. And they become the Sisters of Battle because after a certain war, the Imperium of Man goes, nobody of the Adeptus, the church, the clergy, is allowed to have a man-raised military. They cannot raise men for their own militia and military, because we've had some problems with that before. So one guy goes, they're not men. They're technically women, so it doesn't break, and it's like the game does bullshit like that. Or the series does bullshit like that. And it's good.
Healthy bullshit.
Yeah, some stuff is really dumb, some stuff is really good. It's like there are the Space Wolves.
Oh.
Guess what they are?
What are they?
Space Vikings.
Oh. I thought they were going to actually be wolves.
Funny you should say that. When their Primarch was getting created, they may or may not have been spliced. He might have been spliced together with some K9-ness DNA.
Okay.
So all of their fangs are a little bit longer, and you get made into a Space Marine. So you'd be born a person, you'd be selected, and the Space Marines would do that. And what they literally do is they go, hey, dude, so you're gonna drink from this cup, which is gonna give you werewolf DNA. Don't succumb to the werewolf, and you can be a Space Marine. Succumb to the werewolf, and we're gonna hunt you.
We're gonna have to kill you.
And then like later on, it's just like they're just like they're fighting so hard, and they start to like kind of Hulk out and turn into werewolves. And they're like, well, I kind of have some sentiency, so I can just run at the enemy. Or you have the Blood Angels, which they're just fucking vampires.
Really?
They are just fucking vampires. I'm gonna find this real quick. I'm gonna show you. You're gonna be like, this is really silly and dumb. Hey, who does he kind of look like?
Jesus? Lucifer before the fall?
What if he made his hair white? He fucking looks like Alucard.
I was gonna say Odin. But
he literally has there are times where you're just like, if I were to put him and Alucard's picture next to each other and be like, which one's which? Oh, well, the one that has white hair is obviously Alucard.
Same.
I see no difference. But it's like all of his sons after he died, because his best friend killed him, his sons go into like a seething hot blood rage where they're like, I must drink the blood of my enemy. One of my favorite Renegade chapters is the Soul Drinkers. They can drink the blood of the enemy and know their tactics. But it also does some other shit to them that's like, maybe we shouldn't just be drinking random blood of our enemies.
That's how you catch a disease.
Yeah, they're all turning into mutants. It's pretty fucking...
Really?
Yeah. They're also exiled.
Unfortunate.
Like, if you get excommunicated from the church kind of hunts you down.
Okay.
And they do things to you. Yeah, there's a ton of like really weird stuff with that. The blue. A lot of people don't like the Ultramarines.
I hated that shade of blue. It was just so wrong on my eyes.
And when I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, they're Ultramarines because they're the best." No, they come from a planet called Ultramar.
What?
Yep. It's a Greek planet. Don't. It's the Ultramar system. They come from a crag. It's
That's hilarious.
It's like some of their stuff is so heavy-handed, and then some of the stuff is like when you talk to them, they're all really good at planning, and like you learn that their Primarch is made fun of because he's like really good at his taxes. People made the Microsoft Office Space Marines based off of him. The Excelsior Marines, the word
Excelsior.
Oh my god, it was like all these the PowerPoint ones.
Puns.
Oh yeah, these were fan made. Let me see if I can find them. But yeah, it's just then you go like, well, actually, when you think about it, if you're trying to take over and fight a war, war is won through logistics, not through battles.
Yup. That's why supply lines are so important.
Yeah, and he puts like a big thing on that. And the other thing is like the Space Marines that weren't Space Marines that came before, like the current ones in the universe. He's like, we hunted them down and killed them, and I don't want my brothers to be useless when we're no longer needed, so they can fill like clerical roles. And it's just one of those like, oh. Wait, is that what big? Oh yeah, Big Boss had to hunt down the boss because the boss had outlived his purpose.
My thing was that you were like, I don't want my brothers to be like left aside after they don't have any more wars to fight.
Yeah.
That's literally why Outer Heaven was created.
Oh shit!
Big Boss was like, yeah, I'll make a place.
Make a place
where soldiers will always have a place. Which is not what the boss was saying. Oh, I leveled up again. I'm just going through these levels.
You are, because I know you said that this is on like level 50, where it used to be like level 20 was the cap.
30 and 60, but yeah.
Oh, 30 and 60.
Yeah, 60 is like original level scheme. The 1 to 30 is the new one.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
I read that as Krogan. I need to go get my eyes checked. Krogan Blade Master, but it'll also mean just possibly like overshowing, being like, oh my god, let's see him use a blade. She's just forward folded.
I heard her like snoring.
She was licking herself, yep. She does it a lot.
She's a cat.
She is a cat.
Little cat. Meow.
Meow.
I was like, what are you doing?
I don't know. That's on... Guys, I'm going to throw this out there. Extra Life also this year. Oh, by the way, if we raise $500, we have to stop everything and play Sonic 06.
I saw that. I saw those goals.
I hope you're ready for that. Are you okay with shaving your head?
Absolutely not.
Well, you are now. $1,500.
No.
I think Tyler said he would do it. So I was like, I can't speak for Nick. Maybe he'll do it. Maybe I'll have 2 black eyes.
I'm not gonna like punch you, but
Why are you dressed like Why are you dressed like Liara?
Because she's a scientist. A scientician.
I like that. They all dress the same.
But yes.
Everyone else was running, and I stayed to back up data.
What?
Next thing I knew, the Geth ship latched on, and the power went out. I was trapped. I tried to get out, but the way was blocked.
A few Geth won't stop me.
It's not the Geth, it's the energy field they put up. They don't want anyone else getting access to the...
I'm here for the Geth. If you know something, tell me.
I don't know for certain, but I'm guessing they're here for the thorium.
What's a thorium?
It's an indigenous life form.
It's a mind control plant.
Studying it.
What else can you tell me? You know where I can find this thorium?
I might be able to, but not with those Geth crawling around everywhere. Look, we need to get out of here, past that...
Okay. Do you destroy it, or do you let them like, nah, keep developing that. We never know, it might be useful.
But I think the Geth ship is powering it.
That's a boss.
I've noticed the Geth
Oh, it's a boss?
Yes.
Mm.
You can follow those cables, but there's Geth all over the
I think it would have felt less bad if when you fought the locust creature, you had to like fight something of it other than like her brood that she could no longer control because they like mind controlled it.
Oh.
Take my ID. This should get you past any locked doors. Good luck with that field.
Who the hell? Oh. Thank you. I just got shot in the back.
Poor Garrus.
Oh, shit, he got ravaged by dogs. Whoa! Just did a flip.
Alright, Garrus, get up.
Come on.
Stop pretending.
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
He's like, I'm alright.
Catching you up.
He's a bit of a glass cannon. I feel like he can do some damage, and there are other times where I'm like, does that also get better in the second game?
Yes.
He's not just like, ah.
Stupid machine. Access encrypted. No, I don't want to review protocol.
I am unable to comply. Please contact your supervisor.
Damn it. Tell me what I want or I'll blast your virtual ass into actual dust.
Please contact your supervisor for a level 4 security exemption or make an appointment with...
Stupid machine.
If there is nothing else, please step aside. There is a queue forming behind you for the use of this console.
Oh no. He did something to you too.
Oh, I think he's coming.
It looked like your thing made him spin around.
Oh. There we go.
Although, I think in that one moment, I was like, man, I feel you with my computer. Why won't you do what I'm asking you to do?
Yeah.
Welcome back, Research Assistant Elizabeth Bainham. What can I do for you?
What information was the last user attempting to access?
Fetching data. The previous user was attempting to access details on the study of subject species 37, the thorium.
What did you tell him?
I was unable to provide the previous user with any relevant data. Aside from lacking proper access, there has been no new data available on species 37. All sensors monitoring the observation post at Zeus Hope have been inactive for several cycles.
What does Zeus Hope have to do with the thorium?
Species 37 is located within the substructure of the Zeus Hope outpost.
Tell me everything you know about the thorium.
The thorium is a simple plant life form that exhibits a sentient behavior uncommon with other flora.
Not so simple.
Through dispersion and the eventual
So,
inhalation of
that's
spores,
not entirely true. Like, fungus and stuff,
including humans.
I believe it's Japan's subway
Oh.
structure was based off of fungus and how fungus grew.
Before sensors went offline, almost
Interesting.
85% of
Yeah.
all test subjects were infected.
So Japan was building its,
What would happen to those people?
It was deemed necessary to assess the true potential of species 37.
it was,
You're acting so strange.
I'm trying to think how to say this.
You should contact
So, and I'm pretty sure it was fungus or it was
Come in,
bacteria.
Joker.
So, like, take this with a grain of salt.
Field's blocking us.
But Japan was trying to optimize its railway structure,
VI.
and what it did was it laid out a map of Japan, and it put food that would be nutritious to the fungus or the bacteria at different node points and different hotspots where they're like, this is where the largest center of people would be. And then they put the bacteria in it. The bacteria grew, and they took it off places that it couldn't grow. And that's how they built their entire tram system through the country is based off of that bacteria. And it was like 100 and some % more efficient than anything humans could have thought of. Yeah.
When did they do that?
Oh God, years ago. Let me fact check myself.
Looks like they're using these claws to anchor that ship to the side of the building.
The Geth don't waste much facing their landings. How do we cut the power if it's coming from the ship?
We need a way to give it a kick. Let's check the other claws. Damn things can't be perfect.
Is the gelatinous organism reproduced plan of Tokyo Railway Network? If you want to design a rail system, you could do worse than a slime mold. It was like 2010.
Huh.
It was like updating it. But that's how their rail system was based off of
Interesting.
fungus. Yeah, it's just one of those like cool sciencey things.
Yeah. How did you come across that?
Mrs. Play.
Ah.
There are times where Mrs. Play and I will talk about like science to science fiction, or science fiction becoming science fact. So I can talk about this now because it's been made like super public knowledge. There is, I think it's a Phoenix missile, which is a vertical launch missile. So like you would park that shit on a destroyer or like a submarine, and it would launch out of a tube. And
Interesting.
The United States government said, you know what we should do? We should strap that to like a F-18 Hornet, the new one. And we should
see what happens.
No, we should strap it to that. Now the launch range for both you guys are dead, by the way.
I know, I saw.
Okay. The launch range for that is like hundreds of miles further than
Oh, that was close. Okay.
Is like hundreds of miles further than the actual like jet itself can match on. So like the jet cannot lock onto something as far as that missile can reach.
Okay.
So theoretically what you could do is you could be having a dogfight in the middle of the Mediterranean and have an aircraft carrier that's like out in the fucking Atlantic Ocean and be like, okay, we're having a dogfight, but there are bombers coming in. They're gonna bomb Europe from Russia. You could launch fighters from the aircraft carrier in the Atlantic Ocean, right? Have the fighters and the ships that are in the dogfight lock onto them with no missiles left. Fire the missiles from the fucking jets in the Atlantic, hit them, and they don't have a chance to move because it's at terminal velocity and flying so much faster than anything else before they even realize that they're there. They'd be a blip on the horizon.
Boom.
And then it'd be gone. Yeah. And then the other jets could still come in to reinforce it.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Not only did you just get bombed, but there's also jets coming behind them. Yeah.
And it's just like one of those things where they're just like, oh, let's just take this existing thing we have. Can we put it to this? And it's like, congratulations. You could have a boat sitting there and be like, hey guys, we need to tell you, and the enemy be like, oh, guess what? Your closest aircraft carrier and reinforcements is this far away. Sure, but I've been pinging that building there for the past 20 minutes. Yeah. If you need me to prove something to you, I can. We'll go ahead and prove it. And like a minute and a half later, the building's just hit by a missile, and you're like,
you asked me to.
I can hand of God this, guys. We can do this. Because I was talking to Mrs. Play about it, and I've read so many I didn't spec into World War II when I hit 30. I spec'd into cigars and meat smoking. But I was prior service. and I've read so many. I've read every Clancy novel, and most of the new ones, not all the new ones because they're just not as good. And I read so many other ones that are just like based off of that. And so I'd be talking to Miss Blay. I'm like, I can't wait till we have a handoff system like this. And at one point, she was just like, "Shut up and stop talking to me." And I was like, "Oh." 2 weeks later, I was like, "Hey, can we talk about the Phoenix missile?" And she goes, "Yeah, what do you want to know? What do you want to talk about?" I mean, and this is also now covered by like Habitual Line Crosser and Mandatory Fun Day. They've both talked about it, and they're like military influencers. So like,
wait, what?
They're military influencers. They do
Who?
Habitual Line Crosser and Mandatory Fun Day.
Okay.
They make fun of like the military, which I mean, like, to be fair, like I don't know if you've ever tried to mop a parking lot in the rain.
Sweep that sunshine off the patio.
Yeah. Hey, flip over the rocks. They might get sunburned.
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, there's some shit I can tell you about.
They might get sunburned.
Hey, use your boots to clean off all the snow in the yard.
Dang.
Yeah. Fucking freezing ass Missouri. 4 foot of snow. Hey, we need you to clear off stuff so we can
fuck's in Missouri?
Fort Leonard Wood. It's a military training base.
Fort what?
Leonard Wood.
Heard
It's called Lost in the Woods, Missouri.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a horrible place.
I believe it.